Hey guys, Ajax22 here. We're back with the diesel Punk AR15, and yeah, it's coming together. So, little tiny bits of update. Managed to get a hold of the Generation 2 Law Tactical adapter, the aluminum one, not the steel one. Special shout out to the viewer who saw this video and sold this to me at a reduced rate, which is super awesome. Yeah, thanks. Saved me a lot of time and a lot of energy and just a lot of hassle tracking it all down. Really kind of cool. Yeah, so get the internals fitted to the stock. Needs a tiny little bit of adjustment, and I need to strip all the anodizing off and everything. On this, it seems like to install this, I have to actually remove all of the little components that have this little blade thing. So I got to remove this chunk right here in order to fit this bushing into it, which then tightens into the back of the receiver. Yeah, so I got to do that, but I got to disassemble it all the way anyway in order to strip the anodizing off, because I can't have black on this gun. There's no plastic, no anodizing. That's kind of the aesthetic of this particular build. But yeah, it should. It may need some blending with a flappy wheel or with some hand files. I don't know that I want to keep the Law Tactical on the side of this. Lettering has a tendency to detract from the overall build, unless it specifically relates to the theme or subject matter. This is kind of a cool stock. The little bottom screw, as in the standard A2, threads into the little sling swivel. This upper bit this is one of the UTG stocks, and this is aluminum as well, so we won't have to have aluminum or plastic internals in this thing. Yeah, I need to get a little detent dealy. I think I have one in my spare parts bin, so that this can have the proper retention for the buffer. Ideally, I still kind of want to track down a Colt LMG buffer. I feel like that would be more in keeping with the spirit, but you know, I'm going to wind up with an awful lot of leftovers in this gun no matter what I do, so I need to also get a hold of a larger vibratory tumbler with some just basic corn media, just to get all the little black gunk out of the corners of this thing. I've been not 100% sure that that's the right way to go, but I've seen some things on the internet, and it seems like it's a decent way to try. So if anybody happens to have one of those in the Los Angeles area, that would be awfully useful. Yeah, the biggest problem that I'm seeing that's going to be something to address is that this butt plate is plastic, and I cannot seem to find one made out of aluminum anywhere on the internet. In fact, there seems to be a large number of people that are complaining about just that problem. So, yeah, I either need to come up with a drawing of it and have it CNC'd as a one-off, which will be somewhat expensive, or I need to find somebody with a investment casting set up, because in theory this plastic, at least from what I've played with when I was at Cal Poly doing materials science stuff and industrial manufacturing engineering classes, the plastic should be able to go in as very similar to like a lost wax casting, and just put some sprues on the top of it, pour it in one, have it burn the plastic out, and it'll vaporize the plastic essentially, and then leave it behind its image in aluminum. No guarantees this might be too dense a plastic or too small a volume to really do that correctly, but it's worth a shot. So we'll see how that winds up playing out. It's always a CNC option, but I'd much prefer to have it cast than have it, you know, made from billet. Even if it's made from billet, I'll have to go over it and rework it with hand files quite a bit before it'll be ready for use. Yeah, this so stoked to be able to get this. Again, thank you to subscriber, you know who you are. Yeah, really appreciate the hookup on the part. It made life a lot simpler, and now I get to go to you know, skip that little ordeal of tracking one of those out of production pieces. According to the letter he included in the package, this was actually the last one that Brownells had before they switched to Gen 3. Very cool. Anyway, that's where everything's at. Not a ton of progress, but enough that it's worth making a video. One thing to note if you're going to be doing this, you will wind up with a lot of little extra bits. So, you just need to accept that going into it, that lots of plastic bits are going to be discarded in the process, and you'll have to buy complete things in order just to get one little piece of things. So, kind of amusing in a lot of ways. Anyway, that's where this is at. I appreciate appreciate the hookup. This is big, and it's gonna look awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome when it's on there, all aluminum, the stock's fitted to it. I mean, it's just gonna, can't even imagine how cool that's gonna look folded. You know, that's just about like that. Yeah. Exciting. Anyway, that's what I got for now. I'm gonna go back to tracking down some Allen wrenches to disassemble this, and then do some stripping of the anodizing, and move from there. A lot of little anodized parts. I'm gonna have to do the spacer. Gonna have to do the tube. Gonna have to do all the little bits of this. There's a few bits of plastic that I'm going to have to remanufacture. There's like 2 little plastic shims here that I think are intended as wear components that I need to go and replace with aluminum. I just can't have any plastic on this gun. I mean, it would just destroy the aesthetic. But this little thing's got to be done. And then, gonna have to probably blend off the lettering, but it's coming. It's gonna look good. I feel it in my bones. All right, that's about enough of that. Just drooling over the parts. Again, thank you. Cannot say that enough times. All right, have a good one. Let me get back to work.